What's up, y'all? Giz here. New skate game may not be out yet, but during my time in the playtest, I found 10 spots that I believe are real-life spots in the game, and I'm gonna show you them all today and do a little history lesson alongside of it, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, first spot we're hitting is in Brixwich, and at first sight, I was like, oh, this is 3rd and Army. We've got the curved rails on top of the ledges, we've got the mani pads there with the gaps in between. And if you've been playing the skate series, especially skate 3, you know this spot. This is 2nd and Navy. A great spot. Once you're done skating the quarry, you somehow end up here and just session the whole waterfront. And yeah, it's identical. It's a great spot. I'm really happy they added this in, especially being somebody who's played the game for so long. Our next spot is in Hedgemont, and this is the spot that inspired this video. This is China Banks, and it skates China Banks. You can see it's a lot more transition-y, as the traditional China Banks is very steep. T-Funk ollied over one of the ledges there, which is a big deal because this is a really difficult spot to skate. This is definitely one of the spots that plays into the fact that we are in San Amsterdam. So yeah, back in Brixwich, this entire block is the New York City Pyramid Ledges. Now Skate took it and they did it in their own way, so you'll find a lot of variations inspired by this spot. I was really pleased to see that Full Circle added this into the game. The Pyramid Ledges are a really historical spot, and especially like the area around it in real life is too. If you're interested, Thrasher has a great video on this. This next one's in Market Mile, and originally I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this, but looking at this spot, the glass looks like Roy Thomson Hall in Toronto. And the thing is, the developers are Canadian, and this is a really iconic spot on the East Coast. But I saw this trick and I was like, there's not really that feature anywhere in this spot, and then I realized this is the Unisphere at Flushing Meadows Corona Park in Queens. So this is actually DLC you could get in Skate 3. They created this famous spot along with some other areas you could skate. Playing this in the new skate, the ledges felt loosely inspired by Flushing Meadows Corona Park, but the structure definitely stuck out to me as Roy Thomson Hall. It may not look exactly like it, which is fine because that's the way skate does it, but it's a little way to get a bit of Canadian skate history in there. This next one's in Market Mile, and now when you look at it, you're like, oh, this is just another feature to the skate park there, but it goes a bit deeper than that. As for the IRL spot, I think this is the South Surrey Youth Park in British Columbia. This is actually Andy Anderson's hometown park, which is really cool. And if you're a real gamer, you know this is in the original skate. This is one of the first places you stumble across once you start the game. And I'm really happy that they added this into the new skate because people like me who've been playing this game since I was a kid, this is like such a special bowl and a special place to skate, so happy to see it in there. This next spot is in Brixwich. Now this is a special one. So at a glance, you're like, it's just a bunch of hockey players outside the stadium, makes sense. But this is actually about Terry Fox. This is Terry Fox Plaza in Vancouver. So basically, Terry Fox was a Canadian athlete and a cancer activist. He lost his leg due to cancer and began the Marathon of Hope to run across Canada. This is a really cool spot to see as a Canadian, especially knowing that the developers are Canadian. This is another way that they can add an iconic Canadian spot, but do it the skate way and add their own flair to it, being the hockey players. Definitely an awesome spot to see in the game. In Gullcrest Village, we have the church, and now this is one of the spots that was developed first during the playtest. I believe that this is influenced by the St. Louis church that actually burned down not too long ago. In my research, I found 3 different churches that did this. The one in St. Louis, Missouri, there was one in Spain, and there was one in the Netherlands. And I'd like to think that this isn't necessarily supposed to be one of those, but kind of an amalgamation of all of them. The idea itself is so beautiful and cool, and a great way to use something that may have been abandoned before. Definitely a great thing to have in the game. This spot is really a hub for a lot of players. It has been since the playtest started, and even late into the playtest it has been. You'll always find somebody here skating. You can skate this in so many different ways. You can skate the inside, you can skate the outside. The biggest thing you'll see a lot of people doing is launching themselves in the parking garage across the street because you can like haul a meat through the windows, which is tons of fun, but a great spot overall. If we head over to Market Mile by the canal, we will find the Hubba Hideout in San Francisco. Thank you to Phil for letting me know about this one, otherwise I wouldn't have found it. The Hubba Hideout actually got destroyed not too long ago as well. This was a proving ground for many skaters in the early 90s.
I see what they can do, you know?
I think this is another one of those spots that really plays into the name of San Vansterdam. But you know, Skate took this and they did their own thing with it, incorporated it into their map the way they wanted, and I think it turned out really great. Alright, another one in Market Mile. Saw this one, I was like, alright, we're at Pier 7. And you can just tell by the way it looks. Like, I don't think there's really any other spot in skateboarding that looks like this. When I found this spot, I was really happy to see that they added another iconic San Francisco skate spot like Pier 7. This was really popular in the mid-90s, and it just goes to show that the developers know skateboarding, and they know the history as well. And if you go just down the street from Pier 7, you'll find the Bay Blocks. And this is another iconic San Francisco skate spot, and Thrasher has a really cool video explaining the history behind this. What I really like about this spot is, just like in real life, it's right down the street from Pier 7, but there's also like a lot of different length in the ledges, the height differences, and it just goes on for so long, so you can have a lot of fun at this spot. Alright y'all, that's 10 real life spots you'll find in Skate. Let me know if I missed any, drop your favorite in the comments. Thanks for watching.